Morning again from downtown Moalboal. Right now waiting for the bus. Look, there's a familiar face back there. And we're on the way to Bato and to Dumaguete, getting the last hepatitis B shots. And then moving on to Sigihor, where we're probably going to stay for the next couple days, weeks, and have, at least said, a lot nicer beaches, a lot of sand, blue water. Let's see what happens. We had a lot of rocks and a lot of snorkeling here, but for now I think that's enough of that. We want some beach. And just here right now next to the market, this is the morning life in Dumaguete, in Moalboal, of course. People waiting for the bus to go to Cebu, and we are waiting to go into the other direction. On the way to Bato. How are you feeling this morning?
Ventilation is good.
Dumaguete, a little bit tired after a bus, boat, scooter, tricycle,
bus, motorcycles, boats.
And that was from Moalboal to Dumaguete, but it was actually quite easy, quite quick. And now we've made it to the Silliman University Medical Centre in order to get the next shots. But it's quite impressive here. So many people, and actually very good announcement board and announcement system. So we're just falling in line right now. We are number 18 and 13 is being served right now. And our lovely girlfriend chose check-in hotel for us. So we're right now very close to downtown, and thank you, sir. We want to explore a little bit of what's going on here and what's there to see. There's a boulevard with a beach walk. There is one of the old churches.
Yes.
There is the watchtower where we can light a candle and go for some what food? Moroccan?
Well, it's a restaurant called Casablanca after a famous movie, but it has everything. German, Moroccan, Asian, Italian food, everything, apparently.
The hotel again. Check-in pension. Let's go. Busy as everywhere. Tricycles everywhere. Yay, and still some sunlight. There's the tower, and there's McDonald's, and I'm gonna get myself a coffee. Very long time no McDonald's, and a very long time no coffee. But now I have a coffee, a halfway good coffee. What do you have?
Nothing.
But be careful. So let's go and see the Belfry Tower and maybe light a candle. And then go to the boulevard and have a look at the sea.
Maybe, yes.
And everything around here is pretty much in walking distance. Besides, university is supposed to be one of the top sites in Dumaguete, and that is about 1 kilometer away, but the rest of it seems to be like a very developed city for the Philippines, and everything in walking distance. Even the what is it called? The cathedral? What was the name? Whatever, the main cathedral here.
I want to say St. Paul's because most of the cathedrals here are called St. Paul's. So,
or St. James.
Or St. James.
But even the main cathedral is just right there. There's the Belfry Tower behind. Here's one of the main squares with a small fire truck exhibited over there, an old one, and several museums around here. So you could probably spend a very nice long weekend in Dumaguete and exploring the history. Reading up on it.
This tower was built in 1111. It was basically built like a watchtower because there were a lot of Muslim pirates coming to this city, to Dumaguete, and enslaving the local people. And it was built right next to the church, which is the Saint Catherine of Alexandria Cathedral, and they both were built in the same year, 1811. But this is one of the oldest buildings in Dumaguete, the same as the church is the oldest church in Dumaguete.
go light a candle. And what was said inside European architecture?
Yeah, well,
I think
it's
there's a
probably-
mess going on.
It's probably built by
Next, we have the couple with the
And I'll
bride
turn off the
stairs.
camera for now. We actually believe it's not a mess. It's a wedding. So I think it will be very fine of taking a few pictures, taking a small video inside, and letting you see what this beautiful church looks like. Or cathedral, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Next, we will have the couple with the groom's relatives from Dawi. Next, we will have the couple with the groom's relatives from Dawi.
Actually, you noticed here is, we haven't seen that before, but here in Dumaguete, there are a lot of beggars, and it also seems kind
Yeah,
of
and
homeless
the beggar
people.
obviously just came from Jollibee because he had the cop from Jollibee with the baby.
But not all the time. There's many beggars here.
Yeah.
And just now a kid walked up to me and asked to have a sip of my drink. Well, it was a coffee. So I didn't want to give this little guy some coffee. But it's amazing that how many people, it's not amazing, it's bad, it's sad. How many people here are begging. It's a long walk.
It's much longer in my hometown. It is.
Yeah, and your city's a little bit bigger.
You don't know that.
I've been there. So as Julia just read, it's not even such a small city. It has about 130,000 people.
131.
131,000 people. 30,000 of them are either students or university students. It has a landing point of fiber optic cable that goes from here to Manila,
Yes, sir.
and geothermal power plants.
And it is also called a university city because it has.
I just
a
said
four,
that.
okay. Oops.
30,000 students, but how many universities?
4.
And how many schools?
I think 8 high schools, 11 elementary, somewhere around there. And
That's
this
a lot
is
of
where
schools.
we're gonna have dinner, Casablanca.
It is really everything here in walking distance. Casablanca, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Is that a video?
That looks like a lot of small businesses, or all the
Today's
same.
Saturday, so today everything will be full.
How does that work? Is that
Here
each
is
one of them an
Silliman
own seller?
Institute.
Look at the tiny tables. And 2 minutes later, we're already at the Silliman University grounds. And if we're lucky, the gates will still be open, but
No, they're
you know what? It's 4:49,
On a Saturday.
I believe. Nobody's studying right now anymore. So, a part of the real original university on the left side with the stones, and the rest is being built
Restored a
on
little bit.
afterwards. This is the oldest university and actually the first American university in Asia, and still running. It was when? 1901?
It was built in 1901. It was
1901.
built as a Protestant university as well. A Protestant American university. So
Hey look, there's our next island, Sigihor. And this is where we're gonna go, I think, on Monday. Passing rate, that's a lot.
looks like something out of
A little like a bunker.
or Lord of the Rings evil, very small but evil castle thing. It was a stereotype, but it's kind of a true stereotype.
Amazing. So this is what we chose for dinner, one of the top restaurants here. Directly at the boulevard. And now look what already came. Somebody's
Ding,
happy.
ding, 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 ding. Okay.
And I get a half a liter beer in a German glass. So let's see how this is. That was neat.
Weird.
How is it? I think that means it's good. Let the feast begin.